Big up, ladies and gents. How we doing? Welcome to another installment of the Chelsea Hour. Good to be back. I was hoping it would be under better circumstances for Chelsea, but we'll get to that today because I've had some time to think and I've had some time to maybe reevaluate some of the takes I had. But we'll discuss, we'll get into detail. Before we do, ladies and gents, you know what to do. By all means, if you want to help out the channel, smash that like button, as it does help with the YouTube algorithm with discoverability. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here, because we're on our way to 5K subscribers. Big reveal at 5K. And hype up the video if you're on mobile, or I think there is a feature for desktop to hype up videos, because that also helps out with that YouTube algorithm and gets you up on that hype ranking, I believe. So yeah, do all that. It's absolutely free to do, helps out the channel tremendously. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts and maybe I'll respond if I feel like it merits a response. Sometimes you guys say some silly stuff and I just move along. And description, check out all the links in there, memberships as well. All right. Yeah, guys, I'm not trying to clickbait you. If you guys have been long-term watchers of the content, if you've been long-term viewers of Casually FC, you know I usually try to keep it straightforward, and I usually try to just be as myself and as honest as possible, even if I am wrong. And I'm not gonna lie, ladies and gents, I was completely, totally, and utterly wrong about Chelsea's center back problems in the summer. Now, let me explain, because it's not as simple as Levi Colwill was out injured, we needed someone to replace him. Absolutely not. Don't be a fraud either, because that's just not how teams function, people. Let's, like, we have to sit here and be honest with ourselves. Let's also be honest about how no team in football is perfect. No team in football has a ready-made backup for the backup for the backup. Like, come on now. And to an extent, you have to temper expectations, you have to manage egos and confidence and all that stuff. So it's not as simple as in FIFA, you know, you have Reece James as your starting right back and then your backup right back is like in form Kirkez, and it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So there has to be some type of balance, especially when it comes to players, young players, and all of the above, right? So to an extent, I understood and I still feel what I felt in the summer, where we didn't need a center back. There are in-house options. Things could work out. And honestly, for the most part, I figured our offense would carry us. Now, that is obviously not taking into account that this was before Liam Delap got injured. This was before Palmer was out for what feels, I think it's been about a month now since he's been out of the squad with the groin injury. That's obviously not taking into account reports that Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, Lavia was injured as well. Injuries with those players. João Pedro as well, playing with a knock or an injury of sorts. And listen, I'm not here to garner sympathy. I'm not here to also give sympathy. At the end of the day, it sucks that you're playing with an injury, but this is football. So many players played through injuries. Some of the best have played through injury. It's commonplace in sport now, right? You want to be there for the big games. You want to be there to back your team, back your club, prove that you're the best. Well, sometimes you have to fight through the pain. No pain, no gain. You had Kevin De Bruyne taking... what was he taking? He was taking not steroids. He was taking like injections, right, to ease the pain that he was having on his hamstring or knee or something when they won the Champions League that season. Like, this is common in sport, right? But one thing I have to say, we're going to talk about the two biggest culprits in this defense and why these guys are the reason I have changed my mind. Now, let me paint a picture so there's a little bit of context, right? Last season, from August up until December, I shut down, and there's video evidence, video footage, you can see it yourself. I shut down any possibility of a title race. Why was that? Because last season, with Levi Colwill fit, with Wesley Fofana fit, the defense looked really shaky. And we weren't sure what the defense was going to look like last season because we had just come off of our worst defensive season under a certain...
I'm not a clown.
No, wrong manager.
I am not a clown.
Mauricio, I can't.
And one of the worst injury slumps that season as well. Or injury crisis, I should say, because it was a crisis. We had players falling left, right, and center. Now, when you put the context to it, when you take into account that this is Maresca's first season, he's training with the players. Some of these players are used to what Poch was doing, just, free flowing, just express yourself on the pitch football, right? These players have to adapt to a system and a new way of playing, which requires inverting midfielders and all this and that, right? It wasn't an easy task. So I understand that defensively we were shaky. We were making errors because it's, acclimating to a system. It's getting back into form for some of these. Levi Cole, who barely stepped foot into a center back role the season under Poch, playing as a left back, and Wesley Fofana, who was hurt. So given the context, you can understand, okay, these players are going to take time. They're making mistakes, and until those mistakes get down pat, we are not in a title race. We are going to have games, scrappy games, where we're going to need to win 1-0, right? And have your criticism, what you want about the attack. But when you look at the score lines that we've had recently, I'm pretty sure we've not been shut out outside of United. I think United... Did we score against United? I don't think we did. I think United were the only team against us that's kept a clean sheet. Let me just confirm, double check. Matches. All right. Wolves, Chelsea, that's Sunderland, Ajax, Nottingham Forest. Yep. No, we scored. We scored against United as well. We scored against Fulham, Brentford. The only team we haven't scored against this season has been Crystal Palace, understandably so. right? Because Crystal Palace are a tough opposition. Even Arsenal, don't let the scoreline fool you. Arsenal struggled in that game, and they got a goal. These are the same Crystal Palace that beat Liverpool. Say what you want about it, and they've had good results this season. So you could understand not getting a goal against them. But we scored in every game so far this season outside of that one, right? So the attack is there. It's scoring goals. What is Arsenal doing that's different than us? They're winning games 1-0. They're defensively sound. And this is where I go back to what I was saying. Last season, after December, when Fofana fell, MARESCA figured out a way with Levi Colwill and Chalobah after January and Tosin and Badiashile whenever he was available. MARESCA found a way to reduce the amount of goals we were conceding and reduce the amount of errors we were conceding. And that continued on till the rest of the season. Because when you look at the amount of goals we conceded from January onward, they weren't that much. They really weren't that much. And that portion of the season is what carried us to have this whole statistic of third best defense in the league. That being said, it wasn't just Levi Colwill that did it all. It was also Tosin. From time to time, he had his moments, right? But he started to grow into the team. He started to look better. He was giving us more consistent performances. And he was doing all right next to Levi Colwill. Levi Colwill, also another player that as the season went on, and let's not forget the conversations at the beginning of the season was what is Levi Colwill good for? What does he bring to the team? What is his outstanding attribute? And to be fair, I looked at those questions and I asked them myself, and I couldn't really come out with a brazen answer. But even Levi Colwill, who was heavily criticized up until January, started to show signs of improvement, started to show signs of settling down into his position and his role into this Chelsea squad. Now, Chalobah was another one that was showing promise, that was showing improvement, that was showing, I am here to be a Chelsea player. I am going to fight for my position. It's not a coincidence that he was target numero uno, for the sell list. He was pure profit. We wanted to sell him. Nottingham Forest, Bayern, other clubs that inquired about Trevor Chalobah. There's a reason why. Because I knew under that Pochettino season, before he got hurt, he wasn't good enough. And mind you, him getting hurt is the reason we had to get the Sassi. Chalobah also has a record of some injuries. He was unavailable for that season under Graham Potter as well. He was hurt. So when he was out for a good portion of the season, and when I'm not a Chalobah hater, I like Chalobah, but I recognized early onset, back 3 years ago, when he was under Tuchel, that he made mistakes that Thiago Silva or Reece James cleaned up for him. And I never let that skew my view of what Trevor Chalobah really is. At the time, he was young. You can forgive the mistakes. And as we saw him under Pochettino, under MARESCA last season, at the second half of the season, where he was solid at the back. Solid. So much so that I'm starting to think this player is a second half of the season kind of player, right? That's besides the point. I had hoped that under MARESCA, this defense had improved. Not just Levi Colwill, not just Wesley Fofana, but everyone in that defense. And everyone in that defense started to get more of an understanding of where they need to be. The communication was there. Even Rob Sanchez was getting better performances, just from the defensive improvement overall with the team. We take that into Club World Cup. Mind you, we finished third best defense in the league last season. Not just because people, it's not just Levi Colwell. Levi Colwell is one person in that defense. It's also Tosin. It's also Chalaba. It's also these guys that played their part when we needed them to. Right? And even Sanchez to an extent after that Fulham game. Things started to get better. If we're being honest. Right? Going from that into the Club World Cup where we won the whole thing. Right? Beat PSG. Kept a clean sheet against PSG, people, with Trevor Chalaba in that lineup. And Trevor Chalaba having the best game I've seen him have in a Chelsea uniform since he made his debut against Crystal Palace all those years back. After seeing all those performances, seeing all the stats, seeing all the evidence to show this defense has improved and that they can manage without Levi Colwell. So rightfully so, I denied the fact that we needed a center back, that we have stuff in-house, players in-house that could do a job. And to an extent, I'm still right about it. Look at Acheampong. Acheampong is doing a job. Is he doing a perfect job? No, he is making mistakes, but they're forgivable because you understand the player's only 19. He's playing out of position. But when you look at the game outside of the mistake, he's performing excellently. And he's handicapped by the fact that there's a defender behind him who is acting quite incompetent and is making mistakes. And he's doing the catch-up runs. That's not the word I was looking for, but you get the idea, right? Where he's doing the recovery runs for this player to save him. He's been phenomenal so far. And Jarell Houto, another one too that's been very solid in the back. But young, and I was going to say inexperienced, but they're not inexperienced. They're just young, right? Hato especially, he's not experienced. They're going to make mistakes. Even Hato, who's been rock solid in these past few games, I'm expecting a mistake from him at some point. It's going to happen. This is what happens when you're young. This is what happens in football in general. And when you're playing defense, and you're young, you're bound to make some mistakes, and those mistakes are going to be highlighted, especially if it leads to a goal, which has happened a lot this season. So imagine me with all this confidence, all this knowledge, all this evidence and stats and stuff to show that we've improved defensively. Imagine me and how I feel going into this season. We're now 9 games in, and everything that I believed in, everything that I thought I was confident in, all these players in that defense that I thought could do a job have turned around and completely betrayed me. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like they turned around and there's a face mask behind your head kind of thing. Totally different people, totally different defenders now. So all that hype, all that good form that you had prior to this season in Club World Cup or in those last 10 games of the season, getting us top 4 in Conference League, all that bullshit, all that just gone.
Huh?
How? What type of evil sorcery is that your form drops so bad that Acheampong, an academy graduate, is showing you guys up? It goes for Tosin, it goes for Chalaba. And Tosin, he can get it. He can get wrung out all day because that's also the older experience that he's unk, right? And Chalaba, goddamn. And I think here's what I think part of the problem is with these center backs specifically. They're not real leaders, bro. They're really not. They're not real leaders. You can tell Colwell as the season went on, as he grew in confidence, as he grew into the system and knew his spot was solidified because of his consistent performances. he started to yell a little bit more, say things with his chest a bit more, get a little pump, puff up your chest and stand tall. He used to take that mantle. And as much as like I bitched at him for the amount of whining he would do, and I will never forget that moment where he lost the ball to Kudus in West Ham. We completely got bullied by Kudus versus West Ham. And he just stood there, arms up, hey, ref, like playing the whistle or blaming someone else. It pissed me off, but he started to really get into his character. He started to stop blaming other people and begin to blame himself, really take accountability for his performances. And he stepped up and he did fantastic for us. I forgot where I was going with this point. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My point being is that it's absolutely shambolic that these players who also stepped up, Tosin, Chalobah, they also started playing well. Their form started to dip so bad. I was talking about leadership. That's what it was. Chalobah's not a leader. He's not. He'll wear the captain's armband from time to time because he's one of the more senior figures in the team, but he's not a leader. And Tosin, I'm sorry, Tosin's never been good enough to be a leader. When you see Levi Colwill there, when you have the characters of a John Terry, right, Gary Cahill, you even look at Rudiger, Thiago Silva, some of the defenders we've had back there, they know how to man a line. They know how to keep an offside trap. And listen, I'm not saying Reece James isn't doing a good job. I think Reece is doing the best he can, but he is not. He is the captain of the team as a whole, not just the leader in the back. Because let's be honest, he's also not back there all the time. He's got to go forward. He's got to man the midfield. He's got to do all these other priorities that doesn't include holding Tosin's hand, holding Chalobah's hand. So I don't blame Reece and lack of leadership on that. I think we truly do miss leadership in that back line. One of those center backs needs to be a leader, and both of them right now are not leaders. That's why, and it sucks to be in this situation right now because you guys are well aware of the injury record for Wesley Fofana. I'm telling you right now, for as long as Wesley Fofana stays fit in this Chelsea side this season is as long as we're going to be doing all right. We're going to be doing well. We will get results. If Fofana gets hurt this season, it's done. There's absolutely no chance we're winning. Okay, I don't know about the trophies. Maybe we win a trophy. Who knows? But there's absolutely no chance we're in a title race. Absolutely no chance we're finishing second. And it's going to be a top 4 battle. I'm saying it right now. I got it completely wrong. I didn't realize how dire these two center backs have become since last season. They were not this bad last season. Last season, they were giving me 5, 6s, sometimes 7s, sometimes even 8, 9s. They were okay. They were okay. Nothing spectacular, but they weren't riddled with errors. Maybe they missed a pass here and there and didn't do much to dispossess the opponent, but at least defended, and they were just there. This season, these center backs are costing me games from stupid mistakes. Stupid, preventable mistakes. Those errors are automatically going to drop you down to a 3 or a 4 in terms of score. And averaging right now, Chalobah and Tosin, they're 3 or 4s. That is nowhere near good enough for Chelsea. That's not even good enough for a Chelsea bench, if you ask me. So come January, I'm sorry, people. We have to endure until January. We have to. That's the only hope we have. I hate to say it. Fofana, I'm sorry. I don't trust you to stay fit. And right now, your fitness is still questionable. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt because we have a bozo in Jurgensen knocking out our own players. But I have this feeling, God, I don't know where it comes from, that you're just going to get hurt again. And you know what? I'm not blaming the player for being injury prone, but when you listen to Fofana, when he talks to you about how he plays, his inspirations, how he grew up, how he approaches football, he's going to get hurt because his version of playing football is getting stuck in. He loves to be aggressive. He loves to go for the tackle. He loves to shove shoulders, get physical, which we need in this team. Don't get me wrong. We have a bunch of bitches in the back. That's, yo, how could Tosin be 6'4" getting bullied by fucking, who the fuck did we play? It doesn't matter. Getting bullied by 5'11", 5'8", I don't know. Freaking, who the fuck did we play yesterday? I don't even remember. Fucking, Amagu, whatever the guy's name. Like, he's just getting bullied off the ball, and it's just embarrassing. And Chalobah, the guy's a nervous wreck. He is so afraid to make a mistake. At this point, it's taken over his psyche. He just is, you could tell he's a nervous wreck. He doesn't want the ball. He hides from the ball. When he passes it back. He doesn't want to push it forward. He doesn't want to fuck up. He's not brave. He's playing like a coward. Both of those are combinations for absolute fuckery. It sucks. Their game has dropped down quite significantly. And honestly, I'm being totally forward with you guys. January, get rid of them. I'm not doing this anymore. I've seen this with Chalobah before. It never left. It's still there. What you're seeing for Chalobah now, or what you saw from Chalobah at the end of last season, that's the best Chalobah you're ever going to get. He is not going to get better. That is his ceiling. That is as good as he's going to be. At best, he is a backup in Chelsea. At best. He needs to go to another team. He needs to do what's better for his career. Because here at Chelsea, bro, because that's the thing too. It's not like we're always going to have shit center backs. At some point, these directors are going to get it right. Whether it be Anselmino, Mamadou Sarr, or someone else in the future. At some point, you're going to get it right. At some point. Try again. At some point, you're going to win. So at some point, they're going to get it right. And when that happens, I'm sorry, Chalobah, you're not playing anymore. You're out of the team. You have no place in the team. You're not playing. How are you going to play? You're going to be a bench warmer. So if you want to do what's best for your career, then go somewhere else, dude. I understand you want to make it at Chelsea. Just be happy that you served 5 years at the club. Be happy that you served 5 years at the club. You can go down as a cult hero, a Cobham graduate. Like, you'll be remembered fondly because you're one of the better Cobham graduates, I would argue, that have come out and had a career. But go play your football elsewhere. Elsewhere, you could be a starter and you could be more relied on, and your ceiling is higher than most other players. Because here at Chelsea, you ain't making it, bro. You ain't making it. You're costing us games. Don't think I forgot about Tosin. Tosin, you're another one. Bro, I'm so happy we got you on the free, because if we had paid anything after 15 million for this fucking mid-ass player, I'm sorry, I would have thrown a fit. Tosin, I've defended you a lot on this very platform, on this very channel. Brother, I can't defend what I'm seeing anymore. You need to get your shit together. And ideally, you need to get your shit and go to another club. Profit, pure profit, people, because we got him on a free. Just do away with him. I'm sorry. He's also not good enough. How the fuck do we have a 6'4" center back that is losing duels to Luke Shaw? Losing aerial headers to Luke Shaw. You can't make this up. Tosin, go somewhere else. No disrespect. And listen, at the end of the day, I understand these players have feelings. Sometimes they watch the content, and I respect the players. I respect that they're putting in effort. I respect that they're trying and they're doing everything they can for the badge. But at some point, we have to have this conversation of you could try as much as you want, but is your best effort what is needed at this club? And the answer is no. No. We saw the best of Tosin during Club World Cup. Maybe even make the argument that we saw the best of Tosin at the end of last season. That's as good as it's going to get. There's no getting better from there. There's no developing. There's no, oh, refine your game. We can develop you and, really, really bring the best out of you. No. With these players, we've seen enough seasons. We've seen enough games. We've seen the repertoire, the reels, the clips, the highlight reels, all of it. We know where they are. This is consistently how they are year in, year out. Not good enough. And Tosin, you especially, being a senior person in this group, what I said about leadership earlier, you are not a good leader. You aren't. Listen, I got to give kudos to yesterday, the fact that you tried to tell Achin Pong, hey, you have a man behind you, but the amount of times that communication has not been in there and it's been overlooked, brother. And the fact that you just get bullied. Someone your size should not be getting bullied so easily by opposition attackers. Yet you are made to look like a joke, my friend. Imagine you go up against Erling Haaland, bro. Oh my God. I'm seeing it right now, guys. I'm seeing it. I'm just seeing Tosin's face hitting the grass and eating dirt. Similarly to fucking Sanchez, that was his name, right? From Tottenham, the one that got put in a spliff by Ilkay Gundogan. I could genuinely see Tosin being the next victim of a Man City spliff, very much like Juan Sanchez or whatever his name was. Yeah, no, I'm not having this anymore, guys. The solution is relying on Fofana until January, right? Because I do feel that Fofana, when he's at the back, he can man a back. He can tell he's experienced. He is a French international. He actually gets called up to his team. He did a lot of playing at Leicester. And yes, he's only played like 30 games for Chelsea, but there's an experienced player there, right? Spent a lot of time in Marseille. He knows how to defend. There's no question about it. When he's fit, he is a great defender. The issue we've had, and don't skew it, people, you know very much, your issue with Fofana is that he can't stay fit. Rightfully so. I understand. That's my issue with him too. But when he's fit, he's a good defender, and you know that. If he can just calm down that back with Achimpong or with Hato, we can get, and hopefully we get more clean sheets as a result. If we can just step by step, game at a time, just survive defensively with that player in our team, January, call back Anselmino or Mamadou Sarr. Take your pick. And people are going to say, how are you going to bring a youngster into this team? Why? It's so damning that we're relying on young players with inexperience to help us out. Like, they're going to capitulate. They're going to fail. We're setting them up to fail. Guys, we're already in a point where we're relying on a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old as our best center backs. I could give fuck all if I have to bring back another 20, 21-year-old to help me out. Because guess what? Those 20, 21-year-olds are the best option I got. Because the 27-year-old and the 24-year-old and Chalaba and Tosin aren't doing fucking shit. And Badiashile, as far as I'm aware, that guy can't stay fit for the life of him. He is gone until December. Do you understand? This guy came here, played against Liverpool, played a fantastic game, phenomenal game, had us thinking, oh my God, we may have just figured out our defensive issues. only to get hurt for 2 months. What the fuck? What the fuck? 2 months. This guy is out after 2 games. Bro, glass cannon. Glass cannon. Unbelievable. He's another one too that I'm just like, I'm sorry. We got to move on from you. The talent's there. Just move on because he's not available. The one key thing you need, availability, is the best ability. Yeah, you're not there, dude. Reece James is playing more games than you. And Reece James was in the mud with game time. It sucks that it's come down to this, but if we can get to January with somewhat of like a decent points gap in that top 4, with more clean sheets, we start to bring down that goal differential, then maybe we can have another discussion in January about potentially still making a charge for, you know, a title race. Maybe. Because that's the other thing, guys. The season is long, right? I'm not going to throw my toys out and be like, we're not a title race. The season's over. We're getting relegated. We're finishing 9th. Oh, this and that. It's worry stations, panic stations everywhere. But I will come out full-heartedly and admit I was 100% wrong about the center back situation. I totally was fooled by the last half of the season in the Club World Cup into thinking that Chalobah and Tosin had improved tremendously to the point that we can be just fine without Colwell. We'll miss the passes. We'll miss that, obviously. But defensively, I thought we could be fine. That is not the case. I was totally wrong, and I'll admit it. I was totally wrong about that. So, come January, we need to fix that somehow. And the only way I see that they're going to fix it, being realistic, because I go on X and I see people tweeting like, yeah, they got to go buy this and that and buy and this, and we got to buy a defender, and oh, yeah, in January we'll see if they buy and buy. Brother, how many of you live under a rock? How many of you live in Lululand? I know you guys in chat don't, because you tune into the content and I inform you of where we stand with Chelsea and where we stand, what they're going to do and this and that. Some of these guys, I feel like, just ignore the news and forget the part that they said we're not going to spend in January and we only have 40 million of a budget because of FFP and this and that. They're telling you way ahead of time, we're not spending money in January. We're not going to get shiny new toy in January. So get upset now. Throw your toys out the league now. Because me, I'm not going to get caught up in people's drama and bullshit and emotions in January. I'm going to be this stoic in January as well, where I'm like, yeah, we're not getting anyone. Why are you upset? You know this. I'm going to be this same exact way in January than I am now. Nothing's going to change. In January, expect us to not spend money. Either we're going to get a player on the free, maybe one player we might spend money on, right? Maybe. And it might be a youngster, if that. But we're going to recall a center back. That's all. We're not going to sign players. So don't get upset when we don't. I'm telling you, we're not signing players. They're telling us they're not signing players. Listen to them. And save yourself the stress. That's, unfortunately, how the cookie's going to crumble this season, in my opinion. Now 9 games in. Listen, I'm not saying we're out of a title race. Or I've never really even said, I guess I did say we're going to be in a title race. So yeah, I'm not necessarily counting us out of a title race. And I'm not necessarily going to sit here and say we can't finish second. But what I will say is the likelihood of it happening is looking a lot less likely. And the thing is, last season versus this season. Last season, I could look at positions and certain players missing, and you could see that, okay, that was hurting our football. We didn't have a striker for about 2 months, 2.5 months, right? That was hurting our ability to score goals. That's why we were defensively trying to stay sound. Last season, not having Lavia out for so long, his ability on the ball, you saw the staunch difference of yesterday's performance against Wolves when he was on the pitch versus when he was off the pitch. He is another pivotal player in this team. And then just not having Cole Palmer, in form. All these factors. I remember what I saw in the beginning of the season. And that gave me confidence to say, we could come back into form and start performing again. This season, as good as the attack can get and as good as that midfield can get, I don't think this defense can get any better with Chalobah and Tosin. I think they're stuck like that, and they're going to remain stuck like that until other players come into the side and bench them, and they have to work their way back and try to regain some confidence. But even then, the best I'm going to get from them is what I saw from them during Club World Cup and the end of last season, which at Chelsea is not good enough. It's not good enough. You have to give more to the table. So with that being said, with that now being a noticeable problem, yeah, I don't feel as confident now that we could get second. I'm going to stand on business. I'm going to still back my team. But I think that's going to greatly inhibit MARESCA's ability to go on a run. If you don't have a solid defense, there are going to be days where you're unfortunately your attack is only going to be able to get you one goal. It happened with Liverpool. It happened with City. It's happening with Arsenal. This is common. You need to rely on that defense to give you those runs. And unfortunately, if our defense remains like this, we're not going to go on a run, an extended run at least. We'll win maybe 3 games in a row, 4 games in a row here and there, but we'll drop points on the draw. We'll drop points on a loss. I'm happy that MARESCA is coming out and admitting he worked with his assistant in looking at the weaknesses and the defeats of last season and trying to improve and find ways to break down low blocks. I appreciate that. But until he gets that defense, and honestly, I think MARESCA read the trend, saw where the Premier League was going before any of these directors did. And that's why he was asking for another center back. He knows he has stuff to work with. He knows he has players that he can work with. But I think he also understands that he's going to need more than just those players. And he's going to have to rotate. And, pardon me, it's a damn shame that Nketiah went to Arsenal, because that player was right there for the taking. He could have helped us out tremendously this season. If we had that better defense, then I think all of us would be confident in this team to go into a run and do what needs to be done to be in a title race. Again, it's still early doors, people. I know right now things aren't looking nice because the table shows us a 9th, but you know very damn well this isn't a 9th place team. You were here during Graham Potter's season. That is a 12th place team. This team right now and how they're performing, you can't physically, with chest, honestly tell me that this is a 9th place team. You know it's not. You know it's going to get better. You know it's going to improve. You know Sunderland and Bournemouth might eventually drop down in form and they'll go to their respective positions in the table. And the other clubs will rise to the top. The cream will rise to the top. Guys, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Chelsea will climb up the table again. We will be comfortably in 4th, the top 4 area. Excuse me. Again, we as a team need to just make sure we're keeping clean sheets, we're not conceding goals, and the attack will fire. The attack will get us goals. And we just got to keep that points gap not too far away. Because again, Arsenal will eventually drop points. They're not going to be perfect. They will eventually drop points. And I also feel like we're going to be one of the ones that cause them to drop points too. Because I do feel like this team, MARESCA will figure out a way to beat Arsenal, break them down, and we'll be able to get a goal. I think we can beat them. I think we can beat them. Because attacking wise, I'm not afraid of their attack. It's just I'm afraid of our defense being moronic. If we could just have one game where they don't make fucking errors, then we'll be fine. That could happen, but I'm expecting Fofana to be ready to play that game by then, and he'll be okay. But yeah, it makes me nervous because even like Spurs, I'm confident we're gonna win, but fucking Christ, you give Kudus an error. You saw how Kudus wrecked us against West Ham last season. You don't think he's gonna do the same this season? So he's gonna give us problems. They have their own problems. We will score, we will win, but they're gonna give us issues. And it's because his defense hasn't been solid enough. So, yeah, listen, I'm going to back my team. Obviously, I'm still going to tell everyone that we're going to finish second with chess and all that because I think the team is capable of. But with the way things are going, with the errors and the mistakes with the center backs and Tosin and Chalobah being in that mix, God damn it, until they're out of the mix, I'm thinking it's going to be a top 4 race again. Just me being honest, guys. And I think Maresca's doing the best he can. It's not his fault. I think he's doing the best he can, and he's going to get results here and there. He's going to set us up right from time to time as well. But I don't think he's going to be able to go on a run with how inconsistent this defense has been. And that's what we need in order to be in a race for the title. As for Champions League, Carabao Cup, and all that stuff, listen, the results at the end of the day is all that matters. I know we didn't play nice yesterday, but you saw what happened. You saw the team we have. You saw the players we had to field. So I do think that we will still get results in Champions League and all that. And I still back my team to make it further than Arsenal. And to win it. But in the league, with the way the physicality's moving, how Tosin's getting bullied, how Chalobah's afraid to take any chances or any risks because he doesn't want to make an error. God damn it, it's peak. It's peak, people. It's peak. Hopefully Fofana can shore us up a bit and we can survive until January because unfortunately, we're going to have to rely on either Anselmin or Mamadou Sarr to get us out of this defensive woe that we're in. And I think they will do the job, but it's just pathetic that someone like Chalobah and Tosin have to get put in a spliff and shown up by these kids. So absolutely shit recruitment in the summer to not get a center back, to not look at these deficiencies, to not even stand your ground, to understand that these players aren't good enough when you want to sell Chalobah. And here we are, people. But enough of me talking. Big up to you guys. Time to read the chat. Well, hello everyone. Yep, big up JC. Big up. Red cards. Yeah, the red cards obviously don't help, but even without the red cards, you look at some of these performances and these center backs are not it. I thought you were denouncing the chill guy. Okay, welcome to the chill guy club. It's not even chill guy. It's not even chill guy. I just genuinely, at the rate that we're at right now, this team is stressing me out. It's giving me a headache. Like, we shouldn't have lost to Sunderland. But the fact that happened was embarrassing. Listen, Sunderland are a good team. They played well on the day, but like we lost because of defensive error. That last goal. We should have at least come out of there with a point. We shouldn't have lost. We lost because of idiotic mistakes at the back. So, and Sunderland took advantage of them, as they should. We would take advantage of it too if it was us. Big up Condurance. Natalie Haywood, we need to stop this red card nonsense. Absolutely agreed. It's absolutely agreed. It's too much. It's too much. Like, the lap, have some shame, bro. You just came back and you're doing utter nonsense. Like, I'm rewatching it and he's just bullying. Like, he's just showing up on the pitch and trying to, like, one up on guys. Like, I'm the big bad wolf in this pitch right now. Y'all need to respect me. Bow down to me. I'm king to lap. Bro, first of all, score a goal for Chelsea first. Huh? Okay, before you start getting into your whole fucking macho man phase. And second of all, don't fucking get sent off, you stupid prick. Did you not learn anything from Nicholas Jackson during the Club Bro Cup? Like, what the fuck? You thought because he got wrung out, you could get away with it? No. You deserve to get the hairdryer treatment from MARESCA. I'm glad he called you stupid for doing what you did. I'm so happy. Because it was. Don't fucking do it again. It's not a joke. It's not a funny thing now. It's gonna cost us a game at some point. Stop fucking around. Take this shit seriously. Fucking A, man. Delap genuinely pissed me off with that stupid red card. Whereas Prime, this is Chelsea hour. It's just me, so no panel. Big up Marshall, what's good? In life, no limits. What's good with you, brother? Cole Palmer in the chat. Big up, big up. Hopefully you guys, hopefully your groin's feeling better, man.
Shoot me.
What would be?
Yeah, Adrian, big up. Essentially, it's what it feels like. It feels like I got catfished. Genuinely. This guy. Brody, I'm not reading these comments. Big up to you, though. Give us a Pirate Marshall episode. Maybe one day. Honestly, tomorrow is Halloween. So you know what? We're going to dress up tomorrow for Halloween. I'll give you guys that. Natalie Haywood, we had proper center backs and we should continue to do so. Yeah, I got catfish. I felt that last season, these players had turned a corner defensively, right? And that we were finally seeing the best of them. They understood the system and were trying to, show that they can be in this club, have some standards and all that. Only for this to happen. They've been shit. And oh my God, the set piece defending, bro. Last season, we were so great on set pieces. What the fuck happened? Oh, that's right. We have shit center backs. Because I believe when you look at Aerial Duels 1, Levi Colwell was the one that had that stat. Maybe Tosin. Actually, I should double check. Most aerial, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Duels won by a Chelsea player 24/25. As of late 2024, no single Chelsea player has emerged. What? Fuck out of here, bro. Okay. Aerials duel 1 Premier League. Most aerial duels 1 Premier League. Okay, we'll just read that list. And then we'll see where our Chelsea boys stand. God damn. Yeah. Levi Colwell. 80 aerial duels won in 18th place for Chelsea. Second to him is StatMuse Plus, which I'm not going to pay for. Even Mark Gahey's on this list. 65 aerial duels won. Levi Cole, 80. Meanwhile, I have a giant lamppost in the back that can't win a single aerial duel. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, people. It's so dumb. So yeah, Levi Colwell was also defending aerial duels better than Tosin. So it goes to show he was carrying a lot of fucking weight. Imagine what would happen if you gave him a proper center back pairing. I would even put Achenbong in there. Why not? Put him there with Achenbong. Guarantee you, Levi Cole actually starts to look a lot more class than people give him credit for. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I was catfished, and had I had good center backs this season, then I'd be having a lot more chess for where the season's going currently. Big up Coco624. I feel like Chalobah will be less of a bozo next to Fofana. Maybe, but I'd rather just not play Chalobah. I'll be honest. The kid, listen. I got to clear this up. Chalobah. Again, I like Chalobah. I think Chalobah's a great personality. And I felt bad when he got iced out of the team last season. I did. I don't think he did anything to deserve that. I think if the player wants to play for the club, he should be allowed to prove himself. And if he's not good enough, then he sits the bench and he has to find another club. This is how we've done it multiple times at Chelsea. We shouldn't be icing out players. Right? That's my 2 cents. Some of these players got chances. Chalobah was one of the players that didn't. So I felt bad last season when he was iced out. Genuinely, a good guy. Do not get me wrong. I am by no means questioning this player's character. Unfortunately, though, this is sport. This is football. And this is a results-based business, industry, sport. And with the way football is moving now, with statistics versus I feel that he's a better player. He feels great on the eye test. Feel. No one gives a shit. It's all data. And the data is telling me, Chalobah, that you're not bringing to the table the things that we need to perform at the very best. I feel bad for the amount of abuse he's taking. I feel bad for the amount of criticism he's taken. He doesn't deserve it. But at the same time, brother, you're at Chelsea Football Club. The standards are where they are for a reason. And you get paid a significant amount. If you can't handle the pressure, then you must go. And for the best, for this is just looking out for Chalobah as a player. For your own sake, brother, find another club. Find another club. Become the leader at that club. Because as great as your personality is, you're not a leader. You're not. It's okay to not be a leader. You are not a leader. You cannot man that line like a Levi Colwell. Yeah, Levi Colwell can. You can't man that line like Thiago Silva can. Maybe one day, but right now, that's not the day. And Tosin, forget about him. That leader in the back is very crucial. And I underestimated how crucial it was. Chalobah, I hope you improve. Don't get me wrong. I want Chalobah to prove all of us wrong. But I've seen this script before and I've been here and done that. My patience is done with Chalobah. We've given him enough time. I think he needs to go. Large up, Marshall. Hit that like button. Big up, Vader. Shout out to Vader Games TV. If you guys haven't already done so, go and check out his content. We like Vader, man. Kunle. Then, if they don't spend in January and get at least one competent center backs, we're finishing below 5th. The fans are going to be hostile to Fridge if they don't do a thing. The fan should be hostile now because I'm telling you, if you want to stand on business, good, bad, in between, if you wanted to protest, you should have been protesting after the Club World Cup. You should have been protesting in the summer. It's all results based. At the end of the day, it's going to fall on deaf ears. Riot, do whatever the fuck you want. But it ain't gonna change a goddamn thing because y'all motherfuckers never stood on business when the results were there. And again, they're coming out, pundits are coming out, journalists are coming out and telling you straight to your face, hey, we're not getting players in January. We're not looking to spend money like we did in previous windows. Don't expect huge movement in January. They're telling you that. And despite being told that, you think, ha, you're so funny. Of course you're going to buy players. What do you mean? No, it's not a joke. Take them seriously. They're telling you they're not going to buy players. Lower your expectations and you will not be disappointed. And if you're disappointed in January, you can hold that. That's on you at that point. Don't blame the club. They told you. It's just MARESCA, man. He's got to figure out the best. And this is what I mean. Guys, I am still fed up with these directors. I am still directors out. They've done nothing to convince me that they've turned it around. Sure, there's some talented players in the team. I think Gittins is going to be a good talent if he keeps up like this. I think Steval, fantastic that we recruited him. I even think Buenanote isn't as bad. He needs refining. He needs developing. We will see. I know he's a lone player, and you can't get attached to a lone player. But guys, it's Brighton. Let's be honest. Or would you? Let's be real. Chat. Let me know. Would you be surprised if at the end of the season Brighton offer us Buenanote? So like, is it really a loan? That's what I'm saying, people. Is it really a loan? We'll see. He has potential. He's got good qualities. He has shit qualities. We'll see. But again, some of these players like Garnacho, not good enough. You neglected the center back. Fuck's sake. All right. Maybe with Robert Sanchez, maybe a lot of people jumped the gun, right? I still want another goalkeeper. You had Petrovic there. You let him go. You're backing the Sanchez. And to be fair, outside of Man United, he's been all right. He's been good, I'll even say. He's more reliable in that back than the center backs right now. Absolutely crazy to say. But we could have gone to Magnan, who's clearly better, who can clearly pass the ball out the back, who can clearly man that defense. He's a French international. He has the experience. He can calm down the likes of a Chalaba, the likes of Tosin. I'm not banking on Sanchez to do that for me. He might be doing it. He might be trying his best, but is he going to do a better job of calming that defense down like a Mignon? I'll even give Donnarumma that. Donnarumma has calmed down that Man City defense. It does a big thing. Robert Sanchez doesn't have that ability yet. Or maybe he never will get it, but he's doing the best he can. But he was never that guy. You could have gotten that guy. You didn't get that guy. It's like with these directors, I just can't. I can't. No matter what happened in the window, even though I thought, okay, we'll see what happens with the window. When you look at the big deficiency that you were missing, the big deficiencies that you let go and that we're seeing the fruits of, the labor of, that center back. The fact that you let the center back position, the fact that you let that go, and it's essentially going to cost us many things this season, the many things that are of your interest, in your best interest, because also if the team doesn't perform, these directors also get scrutinized by the ownership. The team has to perform. It's not just on the manager. The directors also have to take brunt. So I'm not having this, I'll read it later, but yes, I'm not having this blame it on MARESCA bullshit either, because MARESCA's doing the best that he can. Yes, he's made mistakes, but all managers make mistakes. Pep Guardiola has lost so many finals from overthinking and making mistakes. Let's not pretend managers aren't allowed to make mistakes. Let's not pretend that he's also had master classes against Liverpool and the likes of that. PSG, you know that there's a good manager there. This is the first time in years, except Potter season, that I'm not confident to win against Spurs. I think Spurs are as bad as we are. They haven't been in a good run either. I think they've lost 3 or 4 on the trot. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, they beat Everton on the weekend, so they're okay there. But they're not in the best of form either. So I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, like, I think we'll be all right. This fan base is lost. We out here blaming individuals when we below Amarim, a record-breaking loser and team who every single player has been lambasted. It's still a good team, though. Like, surely you can't overlook that. Like, they're still good players. Like, you wouldn't take Mbumo into Chelsea. You wouldn't take Cunha at Chelsea. You wouldn't take Amad Diallo at Chelsea. Kobe Mainu, you wouldn't take him at Chelsea? In fact, we got the wrong motherfucker from Man United. I did not want fucking Garnacho. Promise that. You wouldn't take Lenny Euro from Man United. You wouldn't take De Ligt, who we could, I would kill to have De Ligt in this team right now. I would kill to have De Ligt in this team right now. There's a good team there. It's just the management has been shit. The manager's been shit, and it looks like he's starting to finally figure out something with the players and setting it up, and Casemiro stepping up, and they're getting results now. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this Manchester United team was a shit team. That's why I said and predicted to them and American Waffle that they're going to be the most disappointing team. Because there's a good team on paper. There's going to be high expectation. You have Saeed TV coming out saying we're going to finish in top 6, top 4 for United. Yet I'm supposed to think that they can't disappoint. If they finish anything less than 10th place this season, it's a disappointment. With that team, it's an absolute disappointment. There's a good team there. So, again, it's the individuals in our team are costing us. Costing us. It's so blatant. And if you can't see that, you are just trying to ignore it on purpose at this point. I ain't hearing shit about directors of recruitment when we're struggling with newly promoted sides or sides to be relegated teams. Look at the table, huh? Tell me what team outside of Arsenal isn't struggling with teams that they should be beating. Man City just lost to Bournemouth at the weekend? Or was it Brentford? Let me look at this Premier League, bro. So I'm saying, like, I'm not having this thing that's it's just us. Football doesn't work that way, people. You're doing the same thing you did last season where you're looking at Chelsea's form, you're not looking at the form of anyone else. Everyone has been underperforming. It's not just Chelsea. Everyone's in the same boat. Everyone. Matches. Man City. Everton, they beat. Okay, here we go. They just lost to Aston Villa. Aston Villa, which in the beginning of the season, we were saying, holy shit, they might get relegated. They were in the relegation zone. And they went 3 games in the trot, and now look at where they are. Now we're talking again. Oh, they look like they're going to make it back to Champions League. They're going to be in that top 4. They're top 5. They're going to be competing. It's going to be a race for top 4. It took 3 weeks, and the narratives changed completely. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend the narrative can't change again in another month when the points start to actually go to the teams that are supposed to be getting them and not these random... At some point, this whole long throw meta, this whole meta that we're in right now is going to get found out. The best managers are going to come up with the solutions, while the worst managers are going to keep relying on the strategies that got them results that are no longer working in the second half of the season. Everyone wants to come out with flashy tactics and all this shit in the beginning of the season. Catch players, catch teams off guard, get some results early in the season, and then fall off at the end of the season because the managers aren't good enough or creative enough to come up with different tactics and rely on throw-ins or all this shit as a crutch. There will come a point where that's going to happen. So yeah, it does have to do with the recruitment to an extent because I'm sorry, Chalobah, Tosin, you guys are shit. You're getting bullied by players from Wolves, from players from Bournemouth? Did we play Bournemouth already? No, we played Brentford. United. All this and that. It's the players. It's the players at the back. If we had a more solid center back pairing, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. I'm sure we'd be talking about being in the title race firmly. Pause. Chelsea center backs and defense not good enough. Yep. Daniel Knight, I 100% agree with you, brother. And then last comment, Ed Kidd. United are having a purple patch. They're still washed. Maybe. Maybe. Excuse me. They have Nottingham Forest next, so I do expect them to win because I don't think Sean Dyche has necessarily really gotten himself settled yet. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I do think this United team is better than a lot of people gave him credit for. I think Amorim was very criminal for a while with the system, but I think they're finally starting to understand. They're finally starting to click. They won 3 games in a row, which is good for them. And it hasn't been getting done. But yeah, time will tell. Ladies and gents, We have work to do. We have work to do. Because after this, we don't go on international break quite yet. We play Wolves right after. So let me look at this. We got Spurs. And then the Wolves on the 8th. And then we go into international break, I believe. I believe so. Yeah. It's going to be a dreaded international break. It's going to last a while, guys. It's going to feel like forever. And this, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When the Premier League goes on international break, this channel also goes on international break. I'll try to stream, but very likely we're also not gonna be very active here because news has been so dead. Because these directors, no one's gonna buy anyone anymore. There's gonna be rumors here and there, maybe, but I doubt it. I'll try to cover it as best as I can when I can. But yeah, people, that's the stream today. Hopefully I kind of cleared up the air on a few of my takes and where I stand with Chelsea right now. I do still believe in my club. I believe that this team has the ability to finish in second. I do think we have the ability to really challenge. I feel like we do have the ability to win the UCL and a domestic cup and all that. But when I'm seeing the constant weakness of our center backs being picked off over and over and over again, and we're just sitting there just taking it and not, that's like, you know, you have this nice fucking house you paid millions and millions of dollars for, and you have this leak in the corner from the rain that it just keeps leaking into your house. And as long as you leave it there, it's going to get worse. It's going to do more damage. And it's going to cost you a lot more to fix it if you just let it go versus getting it done as soon as you see an error. You had a chance to fix it in summer. You told MARESCA, work with what you got. He's working with what he's got. And as you can see, what he's got is not good enough. Fix the leak. January, bring in a player. Bring in Anselmino. Sell one of them for all I care. Sell fucking Chalobah or Tosin. Please. They're not good enough for Chelsea anymore. Bring in Anselmino, because even him is going to be better than Chalobah Tosin. I promise you. And don't give me this rubbish of, oh, we're relying on youngsters. We're relying on youngsters right now with Jarell Hato and Acheampong. What do you want? What do you want to do? Might as well keep doing it because it's the best we got. So rely on Anselmino, who can at least give you the passing ability that Colwell can. Maybe not better, but it's there. Just develop him now. Develop him now. Get him ready for next season at Chelsea. Might as well. Because the alternative is continuing in Acheampong, or I'm sorry, the alternative is continuing in Tosin and Chalobah and conceding more goals. I promise you right now. But yeah, ladies and gents, I'm calling it right here. Big up to every single one of you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me speak. Guys, let me know if you want me to do more solo content. Honestly, like I'm now starting to consider more suggestions from the community, because I understand the content can get pretty stale from time to time, because I'm just going over news and I do it my way and all that stuff. But I can, you know, I'm trying to find ways to spice it up. I'm trying to find ways to keep it fresh and entertaining. So I will always take suggestions, leave them in the comments or in a post or whatever. And yeah, I'll always take into consideration. I'm trying to grow the channel and always keep growing and expanding and making it better. And I am doing things on the side for that. But you guys already know I always want to try to improve the channel. So big up to every single one of you. And big up to all of you who also, you know, donate and, you know, give to the channel to help maintain the lights and help keep this channel going. So that's going to go out to our memberships big time. So if you are a proper casual and higher tier member, I give shout outs at the end of every show. And that's going to go out to our friends Stoff 5050, SDFC Benny, Johnny Bravo, Pels, EPL Turf, JC, Dark, Laundry, Sadiq, A. Suleiman, EE, and Adrian. You guys are great. Thank you for donating at the proper casual tier and higher. And thank you so much for everyone else who's also a member. You guys make this community great. I'm going to try to be more active on Discord as well. I've started today. So if you want to get more chatty and have more discussions outside of the streams, Discord is a good place to have them. And I'll be there. I'll be more responsive on Discord than I am maybe comments and stuff like that. But yeah, suggestions, people, all that fun stuff. Who are we going to raid out to? Do you guys want to raid out to anyone in particular? If you have any suggestions, put them in the chat right now. Otherwise, I'm just going to look for one right now. Let's see. Redirect. Who we got? Let's also check who's live right now. Okay, Joey's live. He's an hour in. Okay, I'm probably going to just raid Joey. Let me see if I can find his channel. I don't know why his channel's not showing up, even though I follow him. Did he turn off... Has he turned off redirects? Let me look up WAP Sports. Okay, it's here. I don't know why it wasn't showing up initially. That's weird. All right, chat, do you guys have any suggestions? Or am I just moving on with this? All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. It's been decided, people. The polls are closed. We're going to raid out to Joey, okay? So, there you go. Copy and paste the raid message. Chelsea Hour 15. I appreciate you guys for your time. Smash up the like. Subscribe to the channel. Be sure to... Did my bot never came into the chat? Never mind. No raid message. Just let them know where you're coming from. Fraudulent bot. All right. But yeah, people, smash up the like, hype up the video, subscribe, helps us out tremendously, helps the community grow, helps the channel grow. Big up to the members, big up to every single one of you. We'll catch you again tomorrow for a preview for the Spurs match, so stay tuned for that. We got 3 streams in a row coming up, so stay tuned to Casually FC for your streaming entertainment, and we'll catch you again tomorrow for the preview for Spurs versus Chelsea. Y'all have a wonderful night. Until next time, stay casual. Peace. Up to Chelsea. We're finishing second, mate.